when we are out there in the dark. We dream about the sun. In the dark we'll seek the light, warms our hearts, everyone, if we hold on together. I know our dreams will never die. Dreams see us through to forever. As high as souls will fly, the clouds roll by for you and I. Hi everyone, Jennifer here, back with another edition of TV Talk. It's Sunday, and that means it's Dragon's Day. And this week's episode of Race to the Edge was The Longest Day. With the midnight sun upon them, sleeping at the edge has become very difficult, causing Hiccup's friends to suffer from different cases of insomnia or sleep deprivation. Meanwhile, the dragon hunters have decided to make their next move. Okay, things I liked about this episode. I'm going to be honest with you guys, this to me was kind of a filler episode. Granted, we did learn two things from this episode. Number one, we once again saw how far the dragon hunters would go to get what they're after. In this case, they kind of attacked during the time of the midnight sun, which for those of you who are unaware is an actual real phenomenon that happens. And it's when the sun is up for either 24 hours a day or a good chunk of the day. It really doesn't set at all. Now, number two ties in with the midnight sun, and that is it kind of gives us an idea of exactly where the archipelago, and if I tripped over that word, I apologize, is located. The midnight sun happens very close to the Arctic Circle because the planet tips towards the sun a lot, and the Arctic Circle during a certain time of the year, I believe it's summer, is actually tipped very, very close to the sun. So as the planet rotates, the sun doesn't seem to set. Now this happens in parts of Canada. It happens in Alaska. And it happens in the Arctic Circle, and I believe in parts of Finland as well. So it also happens in Antarctica, also the opposite end of the year of the Northern Circle. But I highly doubt that Burke and the Edge are that far south, considering that the characters are Vikings, and Vikings are from Scandinavia, which would be north. So my best educated guess is that they are somewhere near the Arctic Circle, most likely very close to Finland or Sweden, which is where the Vikings were from. So again, we get a point of reference from there, and I know, okay, we have the Northern Lights from the season 2 episode, Flight of Passage, and one could argue, oh, well, the Northern Lights are only seen in the Arctic Circle, so, yeah, we knew from that point of view, from that point onward, that they had to be close to the Arctic Circle. Yes, the Northern Lights do happen at the Arctic Circle, but they are such a constant phenomenon at the Arctic Circle that it wouldn't have been as a big deal as it was made out in Rite of Passage. And they're not just seen at the Northern Lights. I live in Michigan, and we can sometimes, in a great once in a while, see the Northern Lights if they're strong enough that we can see them. So again, just going by the Northern Lights isn't something that would say, okay, Burke is located very close to the Arctic Circle. I think because of the rarity of the Northern Lights, Burke is a lot farther south from the edge, and the edge is located closer to the Arctic Circle, geographically speaking. But other than those two things, and the first one is like, yeah, we kind of knew from the beginning that the hunters would probably do anything. The point of the midnight sun really kind of cements the location of where the archipelago, and particularly where the edge is located. But all in all, to me, really just a filler episode. Not much really happened in this episode, in my opinion. We do see a little bit of the effects of sleep deprivation on the writers, which leads me to believe that maybe the midnight sun is not something they've grown accustomed to in Burke. It may not be something that happens in Burke because they would have had ways to counteract the midnight sun so they could sleep. I know in Alaska, I know this from watching Buying Alaska, that they use during the time when the sun rarely dips below the horizon, they use heavy curtains to block out the sun so they can sleep. And that would probably have been something that if they had grown up with it, that the writers would have done, use something like heavy cloth or something to block out the light so they could get some rest. So that's, again, leads me to think that Burke is probably a little further or south from the edge. Now, on the flip side of that coin, things I didn't like about this episode. Really nothing I didn't like about this episode. Again, this was a I don't want to say it was a meh episode for me, but it was one that, I could take or leave. It's not exactly one of my favorite episodes, but it's not one of my least favorite episodes either. Again, in my opinion, it was just filler. It was just an episode filler. Now, if you guys thought it was great, or if any of you watching this video thought it was a great episode, I'm glad you got some enjoyment out of it. But for me, it just really didn't do anything for me. Okay, feel free to leave your comments and questions in the comments section. I do love to read those. Please like or share if you're watching on Facebook, or like and subscribe if you haven't already if you're watching on YouTube. And feel free to follow me on Wattpad, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, and DeviantArt. I do have my name for those 5 sites right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. Please note that all pictures seen within this video do belong to their respected artists. I own absolutely nothing. The link for the 5 sites I mentioned are in the description section if that makes it any easier for you guys to find my pages on those sites. And if you're watching on Facebook, the link for my YouTube channel is in the description section as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, the link for my Facebook page is in the description section as well. Okay, quick reminder on my comment rules. Okay, feel free to check out my related DreamWorks Dragons videos. my other DreamWorks TV Talk videos on DreamWorks Dragons. My other TV Talk videos. And my other videos. Okay, before I sign off, a couple of things I'd like to touch on. First off, and this is for my YouTube subscribers. Any of my videos that cannot be found on YouTube are on my Facebook page. Again, the link will be in the description section. And this one is for my Facebook friends. Any of my videos that cannot be found on Facebook are on my YouTube channel. Again, the link is in the description section. As always, thank you for watching and have a very nice day.